should be on, should be working. I don't know. But this is new. So I'm trying out a doing this to actually start doing predictions more. I haven't done actual full video predictions in a while and actually talked about wrestling in like some time, but I am going to try my best to get back into like uploading as much as I can. Because one, SummerSlam is one of my favorite pay-per-views that comes around almost every single year. And two, wrestling for me is still one of my favorite things that I enjoy still watching, talking about, enjoying with the people here, you guys, everyone. So I'm going to try to make it my number one duty to record, do as much as I can, and just go insane. But there will be some times when I don't. Other than that, welcome to SummerSlam. It's gonna be crazy. So, Cleveland Brown Stadium, as you can see, the host of this year's SummerSlam. I'm gonna move myself a little bit right here. Yeah, I think that's good. And actually, you know what? That makes it better. Putting myself in the top right corner. It's actually pretty cool that they're going back to a stadium feel, outdoor stadium, Cleveland Brown Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, of course. And this is going to be a very interesting event. One, why do you have 3 hours of a pre-show with 0 matches? Look who this is just like the concept poster, I guess, with Cody, Rhea, Logan Paul. The Miz is going to be the host, by the way. I hope you guys did know. Bianca and Jay Cargill. How do you have 0 matches on a 3-hour pre-show? 3 hours, and you have 0 matches. You could have put the tag titles on there. You could have put the women's tag titles on there. Hell, you could add another match. But we ain't going to talk about it. It's one of like the things that I don't like about Triple H booking, but other than that, a lot of people say a lot of different things. I actually think Triple H booking is actually far beyond some of the best that he's done, some of the best that you can watch on a consistent basis, even though it does tend to snag so much away from people and be a drag. I can understand that 100%. But without further ado, let's just jump right into these predictions because I want to get started. I want to go crazy. First off, Solo Sikoa versus Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. For me, personally, this is a match that I am heavily interested in seeing, not just because of what could happen in the end, but just how these two are going to work in the ring. Cody has beaten Solo before, but he's also been screwed by Solo before. He's also been pinned by Solo at Money in the Bank. So, in any case, this is a, 50-50. The reason why I'm saying this is almost a 50-50 because I do, in my mind, for some weird reason, think that Cody could lose the title. And if he does, it leads just a very interesting, turn of how this story goes, or how the bloodline story goes, and how Cody's redemption goes. It's so crazy. But I don't think he's losing the title. I don't think he's losing to Solo Sikoa, which by far Solo's been the best homegrown changing character in WWE for a very long time. He has been fantastic. I think he's been one of the best overall characters that we've seen in quite a while, that's changed his dynamic, changed his style, changed his overall complexion as not just a heel, but as a top heel now in the company with the new Bloodline Rising, or whatever whatever they want to be called nowadays, Bloodline 2.0. I just call him New Blood. I know, I'm stealing from probably Ollie Davis. It's so stupid. It's actually pretty funny. But I also want to say the bloodline, the new bloodline, has been insane. Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, Jacob Fatu, watching over these last weeks, months, has been insane to see this new formation of a dominant faction that actually is dominant. And you got the and you're going for the tag titles with Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga against DIY, which, yeah, good luck DIY, you might just die. It's gonna be crazy. This is gonna be a crazy match, though. I hope they kind of give it a stipulation. I don't think they will, but Cody is going to retain. That is one thing I can say. Cody's going to retain. Everyone's interested in what's going to happen at the end. I think just enjoy the match first and then talk about what's going to happen at the end. Then think about what's going to happen at the end, because if you do think about what happens in the end while not thinking about this match, you're really going to miss out on a lot of key details. You're going to miss out on a lot of important stuff that's very, very crucial to what they're trying to tell, the story that they're trying to tell. And you're also going to miss out on a good in-ring competition, because these two can actually cook in the ring. Next, Damian Priest, Gunther, World Heavyweight Championship. Priest has been probably one of the best changing. I talk about Solo Sikoa as being a great top heel as a changing character. Damian Priest has been also a great changing character that's kind of been like a tweener. He's a face, he's a heel, he's part of the Judgment Day, but he's also like someone that's now getting over with the crowd, because he's doing, by and large, some of the best work he's done in his career. I thought his NXT run was great. He got out to a slow start in the main roster, but this is Damian Priest at his best. He is cutting fantastic promos. He is putting on fantastic matches. I think his title matches have been overmarked by some like underlining stuff, especially with the storylines with Drew and CM Punk and Seth Rollins all intertwining. But I think his world title matches have been compelling, interesting, amazing. Gunther, on the other hand, he's won King of the Ring, lost the IC title, 666 days. The 666 is insane. But all in all, this is going to be a very personal match. It's going to be a very personal. It's already a very personal feud with how they built it. And I do believe that even with Basher Berlin coming in and he could possibly win the title there, I think Gunther is going to win the World Heavyweight Championship because of Judgment Day interference, which is not only going to be a huge factor into this, but I do think it's going to be a major change to what happens with Damian Priest's character, what happens to him as a person, what happens to his booking, because Priest is going to go into Priest has got to turn babyface. He's most likely going to be a babyface. If he doesn't, at some point in time before the end of the year, he will be in 2025. Gunther is just amazing. He's insanely good. He is super talented, he's already enshrined as a main eventer because of his great IC title run, and at the same time he's already just built to win the world title. You delay it for another day, another week, or a couple weeks or so, it kind of is just gonna make it drag. But I don't think that they should do that. I think it should just happen now compared to waiting another couple weeks at Bash at Berlin, because who knows? It's going to be... You can get a different crowd reaction, but I think the heat of what will happen at SummerSlam will overweigh anything that happens at Bash at Berlin. Because there should be another match that happens at Bash at Berlin, but we're going to get to that in another time period. Women's World Championship. Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley. Here's what I want to happen and why. The Women's World Championship at one point was one of the top women's titles in the business of wrestling. Of course, you have the NXT Women's Championship, which I believe now is the best title in women's wrestling. The AEW Women's World title, the TBS title, the Knockouts title, the Women's Ring of Honor Women's title as well. You got women's championships galore, but I think that the Women's World Championship in WWE had a lot of prestige when Rhea was carrying it. It kind of dropped after Rhea had to relinquish it because of her injury. Becky tried, and then Liv took it, and then Liv has not defended this title in like a month before Money in the Bank. That was the last time the Women's Championship was defended, on that Monday before Money in the Bank. on Raw against Zelina Vega. She's only defended the title, I believe, twice. That's crazy. 2 times she's defended this title, while Rhea would be out and defending this title every single week or month until she just died at that point. And I think if Rhea didn't get injured, she would still be on the most dominant reign we've ever seen. So here's what I'm thinking. With all the distractions with Dominic and Liv torn apart and just brokenhearted, her mind is so conflicted, so ripped up, while Rhea's is so focused and ready to kill. I'm going with Rhea Ripley. And not just Rhea Ripley winning the women's title. I'm saying Rhea Ripley squashes Liv Morgan like Brock Lesnar did John Cena at SummerSlam 2014. That's what I want to see. I want to see Rhea at her most dominant, at her most ruthless, because this title meant so much to her, and for her to see it drop the way that it has, to be included as like a vice in this picture with Dominic, and Liv not ever being as focused as she should be. This is the moment that I think Liv should just get torn apart. And it would be insane to watch, and it would be insane to see. Just Rhea holding that title and proving her dominance is still a vice grip in the women's division in WWE. That's it. That's what I want to happen. I know it's not going to happen. That's my prediction. Rhea wins the title via squash, but I think something else might happen. I'm not going to talk about it because it's just going to make me very angry. To the women's championship match, Nia Jax versus Bayley. Nia Jax, Queen of the Ring. Bayley, women's champion. Bayley's title reign has been fine. I can't say it's been great. Not seeing her defend the title as much has kind of sucked, but I can't say it's not her fault, though. She's made an effort to make the women's championship feel important. She had that fantastic match against Io Sky, that fantastic triple threat at Backlash with Naomi and Tiffany Stratton, and you also got Tiffany Stratton, who won Money in the Bank. Here's what I think is going to happen. Bayley wins. I don't think they put the title on Nia at SummerSlam, but Tiffany Stratton cashes in and wins the title. Because Nia might attack Bayley and Tiffany's going to turn on Nia. I think Tiffany Stratton should just be the women's champion right now. In all honesty. Everybody's saying don't let her cash in immediately, just like Io Sky did last year. I'm saying put the title on Tiffany right now. She is a fantastic, fantastic young athlete who has done so much in such little time. NXT Women's Champion. Improved in the ring by miles. And she is undeniably enriched in the wrestling business as is. With her gymnastics background and overall her style is just impeccable. Now she has some issues, but I think that when it comes to Tiffany Stratton and being champion, this is the moment to put the title on her. You could do it with her on Nia Jax, and it gives her a reason to like actually want to kill Tiffany Stratton and actually go crazy. But doing it on Bayley kind of just feels more... It gives it more heat. If you do it on Nia, it's kind of like... Okay. Because I don't think the fans will react crazy enough. But doing it on Bayley would give her massive heat. And also would just be like... almost crazy to see her pin Bayley. Have a great match with Becky Lynch. Almost in the sense like... Almost in a sense like Tiffany going on like a 4 horsewoman streak in a sense, because I do want to see Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair in the future. And we already got Tiffany Stratton versus Becky Lynch. I think you get Tiffany Stratton versus Bayley. It would be a great feud. And her revolving her time around this women's championship and also the time that she's had with Becky Lynch, it would make her an unstoppable force in the women's division. I think that's how you get the women's titles back on track in my mind. So I'm going with Bayley to win, but Tiffany Stratton cashes in to win the women's championship on the pay-per-view. On to the Intercontinental Championship match. Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. And I hate myself for saying this because I doubted it at Money in the Bank, but I didn't doubt it too much because I believed in Sami. This time I don't think Sami is winning. Braun Breaker is going to kill this man, Sami. I think Braun is super focused. He's lasered in. And I think WWE are ready to pull the trigger on Braun Breaker actually being a valuable threat to the championship picture at this point. He's going to start off with the Intercontinental Championship just like Gunther did and then elevate himself into the World Heavyweight Championship picture. Sami Zayn's had a great one with the Intercontinental title. He's had fantastic matches with pretty much everybody he's been in the ring with. Braun Breaker is the future of WWE, and it's no doubt in my mind that his improvement in the ring, continued improvement, is going to make him a valuable force in the business. He's going to make himself a valuable force as Intercontinental Champion. And Sami, on the other hand, has already accomplished so much. He just turned 40. It's time for him to kind of just take another step back for a bit again. Fall back, enjoy himself like he's always been doing. I think Sami continues to have a great 2024, evolve into 2025. I think Sami, with this title reign, has already proved himself to be a valuable force as somebody who can be reliable, have a great match, cut a great promo, and at the same time, I think that Sami is proven enough to be World Heavyweight Championship material. Do I think he wins the World Heavyweight Championship in the near future? Probably not. But World Heavyweight Championship material, yes please. He is that right now, by far. That's what I want to see in the next year with Sami Zayn. I hope he actually wins the Royal Rumble to advance to face whoever is champion heading into WrestleMania. On to my other match that I am very excited for. Logan Paul versus L.A. Knight. Yeah! Give me LA Knight as United States Champion. I am begging you, give me LA Knight as United States Champion. I cannot wait another year or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, 7, 8, 9. He doesn't have time. He doesn't have time to win any other championship. This is the moment. He is still the most popular person in professional wrestling. He gets the most insane pops that you'll see on WWE TV. He gets the most insane reactions from everyone, not just for promos, but his in-ring work. He is great. Logan Paul is fantastic. It's time to take that title off of Logan Paul. Him winning the United States title was a moment, but him not having that United States title and only having 2 defenses in 200 plus days just because he's a social media megastar, no. Give that title to LA Knight. Let him cook with that United States title. Let him cook with his promos. Let him cook with some people on TV, because that guy will give you money. Feud's been cool. This has been brewing for a year since Money in the Bank in London. You have to give this man LA Knight his flowers at some point. He deserves it. He earned it. This is the moment now. If you don't pull the trigger now, you really are just wasting his time. That's what I will say. And the final match that I just can't wrap my mind around for some reason, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and this guy as the special guest referee, Seth freaking Rollins. First off, I like how he's in the background with a referee shirt, just like maniacally laughing. That's more on par with Seth Rollins' laugh, and I am so sorry that you guys had to hear that. But I digress on what I believe will, what I don't know what to say about this match as is. What's already been built up as an insanely personal blood feud with all the screwing over from the Rumble, actually from his Survivor Series return to the Rumble to WrestleMania to Clash to Money in the Bank, all the different promo interactions and all the different interactions on Raw and also on SmackDown, the beatdown, how Seth Rollins is intertwined with this rivalry with these two. It's madness. I think whoever wins, it doesn't hurt whoever loses though, is CM Punk's first proper in-ring singles match in 10 years in WWE. Which is insane to think at the top of my fucking mind that he gets his first proper in-ring singles match on TV, I should say. On TV in 10 years against Drew McIntyre with Seth Rollins as a special guest referee, but all three of these men having different kinds of interactions over the last year. And I think at some point these three will interlink back into the World Heavyweight Championship picture just because of what happened at Money in the Bank. This is why I'm saying that whoever wins, it's really just, a thing. It's just one thing. They're going to continue this feud though. And whoever loses, it doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt them. Drew can lose. He'll still be the top guy. CM Punk can lose. He'll still be a top guy. Seth Rollins is Seth Rollins. He's always going to be a top guy. You just know shit is about to hit the fan in this match. And I can't think of who I want to win because it's so freaking hard to choose between a guy that's returning after 10 years and a guy that really has just been waiting to get his hands and kill this man and waiting on a win for the last months. On my phone, I didn't choose a winner of this because I'm going to choose with what I want right now. Drew McIntyre. That's what I'm going with. I'm going with Drew McIntyre. I do think this feud is going to continue. I do think that these three will intertwine in a way again, and that these three will be interlinked into a match very soon. I think they're going to, at that point, probably pause CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre with Drew winning, and then continue with Seth versus Punk, because that's a more very personal blood feud more than anything. And then jump back to Drew, because I think Seth might turn, or Seth will show signs of turning, or Drew will find a way to actually get Seth to count a 3 to CM Punk. Again, a loss doesn't hurt either of these two. It definitely doesn't hurt Punk, and it definitely doesn't hurt Drew McIntyre. Just the win will just be another mark on what has already been an insane feud. It's already been an insane rivalry. Other than that, those are my predictions. All 7 matches. Will they add another match? God only knows. I hope they do, because they need to. For crying out loud. 7 matches. 3-hour pre-show. Add one of those matches on SmackDown to the damn show. Please. Other than that, I'm going to go. Thank you all so much for watching. Peace, love, and enjoy your week.